This afternoon we're talking about speed kills and just a couple of different baits and retrieves that I do either when I'm struggling to get things going, tough conditions, or every now and then when I get lucky and have a good day going and I need one more fish, one more big one, one more something just to put me over the top. So that's kind of what this conversation, you got it? Yeah. There we go. Retrieves and baits that speed things up. When something has changed, we don't know exactly what that something, you ever figured out that we can't figure out what that something is, like something changed. Not sure what, but just something. That's kind of when I kind of just let it roll and speed up. But I speed up my hands, I speed up casting, but I don't run around like I'm crazy all over the lake. And I may have the trolling motor a little higher, but I'm not covering water. I'm just fishing faster with my hands. My hands are moving, That picture right there is staged. That's not a real picture. We took that for a catalog, and it's good tan though, summertime shot. Good, thank you. This is this bait right here, Lucky Strike Cajun Wake, is my favorite speed kills, fishing fast type deal. We'll start with the rod, reel, and line, and all that, and then we'll go into it a little more. The rod I throw is my signature series. It's a composite rod from Deuce, the same rod we talked about earlier. It's a spiral wrapped rod that I really like. Like I told you earlier, I do a lot with it. It's got a good tip. It's a slow moving rod. It's a composite, and like we was talking about this morning with that rod, when I put fluorocarbon on it, I can throw a fast moving treble hook bait on it, and have a lot of give, because when I'm rolling this bait fast, that rod has a lot of give, so that fish can hook up and won't pull out. 701 reel, again, best of both worlds, fast enough to be athletic, but slow enough to still have some power. Best of both worlds for me. And the 20-pound Seagull fluorocarbon. 20-pound is important on this deal for two reasons. One, I try to get as much. I want to use the biggest line I can to bully fish around, so I don't have to worry about. And that's with all my fishing. I try to get away with the biggest I can, so I can control it and bully fish, and not have to worry about breaking off and that type of stuff. So 20 pound is about the biggest. Is the biggest that I'm comfortable with as far as for casting and reeling, and it's still acting like fishing line and not getting too big. I also like the 20 on this bait. This is a Lucky Strike Cajun Wake. It's like a wake bait, shallow running crankbait. The reason I like 20 on this thing is because I want to keep it between waking and about that far. That's about 6 inches or so from the top of the water. That big line keeps it up a little bit. Smaller line, 15, 12, 10, it would start diving and getting away from where I wanted to get. So that 20 pound lets me be big and strong and bully fish, and it keeps my bait up. All right. This bait, like I said, this bait is I call it a wake bait. It is a wake bait because sometimes I do wake it right on the surface really fast. But my favorite thing to do with it is get it down, 4 to 6 inches or so, right where I can bulge the water. Right. So I don't want it square bill, you know what I mean? And I don't want it waking. I want it 6 inches or so under the water where I'm pushing water. One thing about this bait that it took a while to figure out is that there's almost no water too muddy for it. As long as I can somewhat see it, it's good. So if I can see it or just barely see it, if I can get my eye on it, I'm throwing it. and then sometimes I'll wake it. But that's about if I know if the water's good enough or not. There's no such thing as too clear for it. I've caught them in water.
It's Mike Iaconelli. This is Bass U TV.
Here's what's awesome about Bass U TV.
You get the top instructors.
Real tools that help you catch more fish consistently.
And that's why you want to check out Bass U TV.
Join the Bass U family.
Welcome to Bass U TV.